So my story literally starts the day that I put my M16 down and picked up that gray chemotherapy pole. I was laying next to a couple of clear vomit bags, and I remember just laying in the bed, not feeling well, of course, because cancer treatment and chemotherapy was just raging war in my veins. And I was glancing at the scatters of hair just all over my pillowcases and my blanket. But there was one thing that always remained the same, and that was my support system. That was my mother.
When you go to the doctors, you want to hear answers that you want to hear. And because they were so sure that I was gonna die, I didn't think I was gonna be living. And, just depression definitely consumed me for about, a couple of months. But then after I started going through the process and doing the treatments and then kind of understanding that my body was responding to the chemotherapy, things definitely did change. But I think the hardest part about mental health and cancer is the unknown.
I endured about 101 rounds of chemotherapy, and that's 10 months. I had 12 blood transfusions, had 5 leg surgeries, and I had endless hours of physical therapy because I had to learn how to walk again. It was horrific.
Before cancer, I was healthy, I was vibrant, I was known for doing all these sports, doing all these great things and being very athletic and one that was not vulnerable at all to somebody who is broken, they're disabled. Now I have, a distorted leg. So it was really hard to come to terms with that the individual that I used to be pre-cancer was dead and gone. That I had to make peace with that, and I had to now reinvent myself, or I had the opportunity to reinvent myself and to kind of discover what I was good at, what I was bad at, what are my limits, what are my boundaries. And it was a good process, but it was really hard to say goodbye to the old individual. And that's probably the biggest thing that I've learned out of having cancer is it's really hard for people to not revert back to the past.
Because I didn't give up on myself, because I didn't quit, because I had a strong support system, I wrote that book, right? I became a published author. I've helped out with tons of nonprofit organizations looking to help further education for different types of cancers or finding the cures. Because I didn't give up on myself, because I didn't quit, and I had an amazing support system, I'm in front of all of you here today as a miracle.
I've been able to speak all across the globe about my story, sharing my story, giving people hope about resiliency, the importance of a strong support system, how we shouldn't define ourselves at that moment with adversity and think that life just stops when adversity happens. We are actually able to use that to our advantage and use that kind of like as a blueprint. So we're able to maneuver through life a little better and quicker because we've been through these similar situations. So I've just been really blessed, even though it's, cancer that's kind of fueled everything, but I've been really blessed to meet some really great, amazing people and have this really amazing life that's much more purposeful and filling because I'm able to give back to individuals who have gone through similar situations or are going through similar situations. And I'm able to be that advocate for people who are going through cancer right now.
And I know cancer is hard, believe me, I know. And I know survivorship is even harder sometimes. But I think it's really important for you to dig deep and not buckle under the pressure and not think the worst of your disease, because there's so much more to life than what you're going through right now. This could be the chapter in your book too. So I just want to share with you all that there are miracles every single day. My question is, why can't you be one of them?